What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Jesus Coin yet again. You know, this reminds me of something. There's a couple things that it reminds me of. But right now, on the optimistic, beyond optimistic, hopeful side of me, we could still be consolidating. It is completely possible. We could be in a horizontal range, which we're at the bottom right now, right? Volume picking up as we're moving down. That's not necessarily a good thing, but it's not necessarily a bad thing either. I've seen, there's plenty of times where that could signal a reversal, or it could continue. It could signal just the beginning. So, someone asked if this much volume the other day was a good thing, and I'm like, yes and no. Like literally, yes, it's a good thing, and no, it's not a good thing. Like it's just whatever. Generally speaking, whenever you see an all-time high finish off with the most volume that you've ever seen in the history of something, that's generally not a good thing. And then generally speaking, when you're at your lows and you're dying off in volume, that is a good thing. So moving down with a lot of volume, that's not necessarily encouraging, right? Think of it as like volume is neither positive or negative. It's a neutral thing. The direction of the price is what gives it that correlation between good or bad. So moving down, volume's going up, not good necessarily, right? But I know I've been all over the place. So I'm kind of beating around the bush. I want to get to the main point of the discussion, which is kind of exactly, you guys, what I've been talking about, because I know Jesus Coin is this coin that's different. It's different, right? People make mistakes. Human beings make mistakes. Human beings made Jesus Coin, right? And the coins did not get burned. They did not get burned, not in the traditional sense, right? They are, as they've been, locked in a wallet that is presumed to not be touched. But this is something, again, that I was talking about all this time, right? Is that the whole method, the whole reasoning, the rationale behind buy the hype, sell the news. And I'm saying this, you guys. I'm saying this. I've been saying this for a while, but I didn't sell up here. I wanted to. I wish I did. But I'm saying this, and I'm in this shit with you right now, okay? So I'm not here to be like, I was right, I'm just saying the whole notion that, and if you're one of these people, maybe the next time we move up, it'll help you like to really understand the take profits thing, and maybe if you're like me and sell the news events are a thing, maybe the next time you get an event, you will actually sell the news. But I was a bit worried whenever we didn't get the follow-through on these days. I was really hoping that the burn would produce quite the opposite of what it did, but this sell the news event stuff, it's real. And the reason it's real, coming back full circle, is that human beings are just that. We're human beings. We're not machines. Even machines aren't perfect, but human beings make mistakes, right? And I don't know much. I'm not a developer. Maker Lee says he's not a developer. I watched his thing on X, but it's a little bit concerning, isn't it? Right? You think this whole time that all these coins that are not diluted in the supply are going to get burned, and then they don't get burned. That's a bit concerning, isn't it? So I would expect that's probably why we saw this sell-off, is because, as is with news-driven events, the news, whenever it happens, almost always underperforms the expectations. Realistically speaking, logically speaking here, I still have faith in this thing, right? Pardon me. I believe that it has more price action to go. I believe that it does have higher to go. Maybe next week, maybe 4 months from now, who knows? But I think it does have more price action to go to the upside. I don't think this is the all-time high for this for the cycle. I do think it'll go higher, but we might have lower to go first. But what I was trying to say is that, I'm all over the place here. I'm forgetting what I was going to say. What I'm trying to say is that, what was it that I was trying to say? I don't know. All I'm trying to say is that, whenever you're very euphoric up here and you just think it can't be beat, I kept saying multiple times, I was like, what happens? And I know that it's programmed in that it should get burned. I'm not a programmer. I'm not a coder. I literally said this word for word. I don't know how to verify that that's all true. I just am trusting, what I've heard down the grapevine from people that know more than I do. But it turns out exactly what I was saying, the potential worst nightmare. Oh yeah, now I remember where I was going with this. That these coins weren't burned, that they're still floating out there in the ether. That was like the worst nightmare for this event, right? And the reality of it is, this is where I got lost, is the reality of it is these coins are as good as burned, as far as we know, though, right? I think we should get someone who knows a little bit more as far as like coding goes, or like computer programming, like who can speak the language, who can verify that these coins are locked up, that they're not going to be touched. I think something like that would calm the nerves maybe of some people who might be freaking out a little bit, because if you haven't seen this video, it's not, I don't blame Maker Lee. There's no reason to believe that he's got any malintent with this stuff. I'm showing his face here, but it's a public account. I'm not like trying to out him. You can, if you're in the Jesus Coin community, you should watch this video. You should be aware of what's going on with your coin. And sometimes negative news like this, and I would say this is negative news, right? Because a lot of us were pretending like the burn doesn't matter. The price is already priced in. The burn's not going to affect the price, whatever. But I mean, like the biggest daily close we've had, and this thing's open to close on a daily basis in like a long time. That happened on the Newsday event. Like I don't think the news was irrelevant at all. All I'm trying to say is that getting back to the main point here, man, I'm getting all lost. It's my last video of the night, guys. And normally I'd probably restart it by now to get a better head at it, but I want to be real, raw, and I'm not going to restart it for the camera. I'm tired. I want to get it done, so we're going to do one take. My voice is going out, but again, I don't think, I don't have any lack of faith in this thing. I have about as much faith as I did before, right? Because before Christmas Day, Merry Christmas, everybody, by the way, we all had faith that these coins were locked up, right? They're still locked up, hopefully. I mean, I would assume they are. Just like I did before. That hasn't changed, right? The only thing that's different is the expectation that these coins would just be removed, erased from the supply. That's gone. Now we know that they are always technically there. They're always there. Not accessible, kind of like Satoshi's wallet, right? These coins are not accessible. And, everybody has their own theories as to why Satoshi's wallet, I'm getting off track here, but I promise that as a point, why Satoshi's wallet has like 1 million Bitcoins in it, and why those coins will never be touched. A lot of people say that Satoshi just left it there and he was never going to intend on touching it. Bitcoin was made by people. And I'm telling you right now that whenever you have a new technology, whenever you have something that people are just beginning to understand, the person that made the internet, do you think that they had the expectations of like how far it would go like this? Like they knew it would go far, but they had no idea what it would look like. The creators of Bitcoin might have had endeavors that were far out there for Bitcoin, but they had no idea what kind of technology they were going to deal with. Whoever Satoshi is probably mishandled their keys. Probably, they something happened where maybe the real Satoshi died, or there's a disagreement between whoever the Satoshis are, nobody knows. But the keys were not handled properly, ergo these coins they're in a wallet that nobody has access to, nobody has the keys. Some people like Craig Wright try to claim that they are Satoshi. All they would need to do is move some coins from Satoshi's wallet, which nobody's been able to do really since I think it was 2009, 2010. It's really simple. You could send like $5 worth and just prove it, but he can't do it. But he's Satoshi. But I'm getting off topic here. What I'm trying to say is there are 1 million coins or something like that in Satoshi. Let's figure it out right now. Let's do it, right? No take twos. We're doing it real here. Satoshi's wallet coin total, something like that. 600,000 to 1.1 million Bitcoins. I've heard 1 million my whole life, but maybe it's 600,000. I don't know. No human being, I mean, even the philanthropic ones, like nobody's gonna like intentionally lock themselves out of that much money. I mean, at least I wouldn't think. I think that this was a mismanagement of keys. Maybe the real Satoshi died. Maybe real Satoshi was paired up with multiple people, and some of them lost their keys. They had it written down on paper. Like whatever it was a mishandling of the technology. And this is coming back to Jesus coin. This whole issue here with the coins not officially being burned, it's not necessarily a mishandling of the technology. It's just a misunderstanding of the technology. It's a lack of knowledge on it. But that doesn't mean that the coins aren't still locked up. Like these coins, guys, for Bitcoin, they're never going to be touched, and I trust that like wholeheartedly. They're never going to move. They're as good as burned, but they're still on the blockchain. They're still on the total supply. It's much like the same situation we have now. So in a sense, I guess I'm comparing Jesus coin to Bitcoin. That's a bit of a stretch. I know some of you think it's better than Bitcoin, but I think that's a big stretch. But main point, you guys. Yes, we had a sell the event day. Big surprise, I know. Someone said flip flop, and I did, man. I flip flopped hard, bro. I knew it. I knew it the whole time, right? And still, I even bought some more up here, man. But it's okay. You win some, you lose some. Overall, still up. Can't be mad at profits. We could be getting to the main meat and potatoes of it, you guys. I know a lot of you probably are curious as to what I think as far as is it going up or going down. My heart and my hopes and my soul tell me it's not going to go down. But the technical analyst in me says we have more to go. We have more to go. It's going to go lower. It's going to go lower. It's going to take longer than any of these other consolidation phases. I don't think it's going to take as long as this, right? I don't think we're going to be in this, but I do think for months now, for probably multiple months now, we're going to be in a trend that is moving lower. And it's not going to happen fast, right? We're going to have moments like this where it's fast. Watch, I'm saying this now. Watch us pull all the way back up here to 6048 or 6045 or 44 or whatever, somewhere in this area, just to form another lower high, and then we will slowly trickle our way down, Don't get psyched out. My genuine opinion would be, if you're looking to sell Jesus coin, and this isn't financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but if you're looking to sell it, I wouldn't sell it here. I would have sold it up here, and I should have sold it up there, man. We all should have, right? If you wanted to buy it, if this is a horizontal range right now, this is actually a pretty decent area to buy it. Even if it does go lower, it's not a bad time to DCA, dollar cost average. Don't throw the whole wallet in there, but put a little nibble in there. I took a little nibble today. It's bought up here, happy to buy down here too. Like it's a not ideal situation, but you make the most out of it that you can. And again, I want to go back to like the reason it's not ideal is because the tokens are not all burned. I feel bad. I just got his face. It's not. If you're watching this, maker, I'm not trying to put a bad picture up on you, man. It's just funny. You got your eyes like that. Anyways, man. You guys, I still have just as much faith in this thing as I did before, because again, these coins have always been locked up. They're still locked up, right? They're just not technically burned. So it's the same situation as it's always been. Hopefully these coins are removed from circulation and there's no chance in hell of them being touched. I'd really like to get somebody who knows how to read code and can verify and validate that stuff. I'd like to get them to say that. And if not, if they can find out that there is access to them, we're going to get all the Jesus coins, man. We're gonna I don't know. No, it'd probably be a doomsday video if it came to that. But I don't even know if we'll find somebody, man. There's those, developers, programmers, they probably got more going on with their lives than like to have the time available to just like out of curiosity find something out, unless there was someone who in the Jesus coin community knows how to validate this stuff, because I certainly don't. I don't even know what I'd be looking for. I just know based off of this video, last time I'm going to show your face, bud, based off this video, the coins aren't burned. But again, just like with Bitcoin, with these coins right here, these coins are as good as burned. Like genuinely, generally, like they're never going to be accessed. So like it's the same thing. But if you go just like this, if you go onto CoinGecko, they're going to show as the circulating supply. They're in that circulating. It's actually different because here these aren't even in the circulating supply. Where on Bitcoin, it shows that it actually is in the circulating supply. It affects the market cap. But I digress. Back to the price here. As long as we're holding, and we don't even have to hold this, like on a daily closing basis, I would love it if we didn't close below this. Close below this. But we could close below this and still be fine. I'd say as long as we're not closing below this level here, we're probably fine. Now here's the real kick of it, right? Triple bottoms in themselves, right? Like 1, 2, 3. Triple bottoms in themselves are pretty rare. Generally, you get 2, and then on the third one, you'd break through. But if you get 3, cool. If you get 3, yippee. But if you come back down, don't expect, like you might get a 4th, but don't expect it to promote growth, right? It's probably going to, if you get a 4th, it's probably going to bounce a little bit and then go down more. Or it might not even bounce. It might go through and then you come back up and you find resistance on the previous area of support. So what I'm trying to get at is, as long as we're closing above this top blue line, cool. That's a little less worrisome. Even in this bout of a drop here, it's a little less worrisome. It's when we close below this line that it's going to be worrisome. And in fact, even just touching this line is going to be worrisome. Because at that point we have our 4th touch, and we could do one of two things. We could break through, or we could bounce and then probably break through on the next time. We'd probably go up to where we found resistance before. Maybe we go up even a little bit higher, something like that. But ultimately, if we bounce here for a 4th time, it's probably not going to promote higher growth. That's my genuine, honest opinion. So let's hope that we don't do that. But hope is all we got, man. Again, the person in me, the human in me, is optimistic, right? The emotion in me is saying it could still go up. It could. The technical analyst in me is saying it could still go up. It's possible, but it probably doesn't. It's probably going to go down. It's probably going to go down. And the worst part of it all is, if you wanted to sell this thing or you're feeling like selling, you should have done it already. Don't sell here. Not financial advice, but don't sell here. Don't sell at the bottom of this range when you could pop all the way back up. You wait, and then if it doesn't come, if it just drops, you eat that. You got to wait. Then it's locked up, man. Then it's locked up. Then you have to have the real belief that it will inevitably go higher eventually. But it won't be quick. It won't be like this. I think that we're in one of two things. From the start, from over here, I've been saying that we are not in the same consolidation phase as this. You better hope I was wrong. If we are in a longer term consolidation phase like this, okay, hope, there's a little hope there. If we break out of this range, though, what we're likely going to be in is a more drawn out, kind of long lasting phase to the downside. And it might happen more or less exactly like this. It might be more volatile. It might be more boring. But what I do expect, not assuming price, but looking at the time, from top to bottom here, like the actual low, that lasted 121 days. About a third of a year, right? I would think that this next bout will last at least a third of that, but would not last more than maybe 2/3 of that, is my thoughts. So a third of this would be about 40 days. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. And then 2/3 would be about 80 days, right? On the bright side, from the top, we're already 25. Is that right? No. We're 24 days in. Sorry, guys. Man. On the downside, when we were 24 days in here, right, we had our move down, our move up, we have our move down, we have our move up. 24 days here, we just broke out of this consolidation phase, started to slip lower, right? Just broke out of it, starting to slip lower. We had a lot to go still. And I think that we have a lot to go still. So for anybody that's looking to sell, maybe it's a good profit-taking area. It's not the best, but maybe. We are still above the 236, and that's generally a good merit to say if it's a good time to sell. It probably is. You're still, if you sold here, anywhere in this area, and yes, right now, from the top, from let's say the most recent top to where we are now, you're down about 51%. But instead of being down, what would it be? Potentially 92%, you could be down 51%. That's a little bit enticing. Do I think we'll go down to this 618? I think it's very possible, yes. Someone was asking earlier, do I think we could see 7 zeros again? Absolutely, I do. Is that scary? Not really. Man, I keep clearing my throat. Hold on. Wow, man. My voice is gone. My throat's gone. I'm so sorry, but gonna have to cut this short here soon. But absolutely, I think the golden ratio, the 618, is achievable to hit to the downside. If we look at this here, let's just see from this low here to the high. I mean, here we hit the 0.5. We didn't go to the golden ratio. From this low, we did technically, right? And that is the low that sent you up, but I don't know. Kind of hard to decide where to draw from. I would at least draw from there, but maybe that is the right one. But depending on how you want to look at it, 7 zeros 4-5, 7 zeros 7-3. It's still 7 zeros. I absolutely think that we will add a zero. At this point, I think it's more likely that we add a zero than lose a zero. And I know that's not exciting news for a lot of people, but the really non-exciting thing for me is, like, I don't care if that happened, man. Like, let it happen in a day or two. That'd be great. Give people an opportunity to buy. Let's recover really quick. But it's not going to happen like that. It's probably going to happen more like this. There are going to be moments where it's bouncing, and then it's hanging on, making you think it's going to go higher, and then it goes lower, and it slowly bleeds lower, and then it breaks back into this territory, gives you hope, and then you got people who buy up here, but then the smart people or the whales, they sell. More or less a straight line down, but not so straight if you're feeling emotional in the midst of it. So my best advice would be, if you're looking to buy, don't throw the whole bag in right here. DCA. It might be a good time to buy it. Probably isn't. And if you're looking to sell, this could be a last opportunity, but I wouldn't sell here, man. I wouldn't sell here when there's a very real chance that you could come up, form another lower high, and see price do something that's like, from the current price, a 76% gain in like a day. That could happen, Here, for example, right, we had these movements from, well, that's not right, but from bottom to top, that was a 79%, 134% move, in the midst of this downtrend. So it can happen. It can happen. And look, that happened right here, previous area of support. That's where it happened. Well, where are we? We're at a previous area of support. So I don't expect it to just move straight down, but again, the realist in me says that this is a momentary top, much like this is here. And I would expect that we see something more or less just like this, but it takes less time. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm just kind of repeating the same stuff over and over again at this point. So looking at the Heikinashi, we have had 2 days red in a row. The wicks are reaching to the downside. Not a good look. On Heikinashi, wicks reaching to the side you're growing. That's a good thing, right? Downside, not a good thing. Let's hope that we're in some kind of something like this, man. If we can get a green day tomorrow or today, there's hope. But I feel like anytime I talk about the upside, it's always hope. It's not like something I'm really leaning on. Lowest lows in the RSI. You still do not have, on a closing basis, lower lows yet. That's why it would be nice if you didn't close any days below here. It'd be really nice, because then you would have hidden bullish divergence to a like 1 degree here, but I'm not holding too much onto that really. Let's look at projections for like immediate to the downside. Yeah, probably going to 6018, if not 6016, in a very, very short amount of time. Probably going to happen. It could happen. When I say very, very short amount of time, it could happen this week, it could happen next week, it could happen tomorrow, it could happen today, but we're probably moving down there, maybe even to the 1618. You can see we got support right here, right? So all the way down at the 1786 even, so maybe we make our way down there. That would be the 6-0 level, right? That's 601 level, so we probably do have some kind of psychological support in this zone, find support there, maybe come up and then work our way down more. I don't think it's going to look like this at all, right? But I do think that prices down in this area are likely from here. I think it's moving down. So I don't know if I got anything else I want to add, man. Let's look at the 4-hour. 4-hour RSI looks very sad. Very, very sad. We probably will break out, right? We're in a downtrend here. A little like falling wedge. Probably do break out to the upside. Hopefully it gets follow through. Hopefully we can get overbought, because if we can get overbought on this 4-hour, that might present another like last opportunity of selling a lower high at substantially higher prices from here. Again, like anything, it's like 60 to 100+% higher from here. So still in the cards, but we'll see. And to be completely fair, I'll end it with hope. We very well could be in a consolidation phase still. We could be in a horizontal channel coming into it from an uptrend like this. This could be bullish, it really could be bullish. The negative news that took place yesterday, really it's just like the same thing as like an actual burn, ideally, right? That's what it is. So it's really the exact same thing that would have happened anyways. These coins are just removed. They're never going to be accessible. And they never have been, actually. And this misinterpretation of negative news could like have people capitulate, and that sends us higher. Maybe there's exchanges that are looking to buy. That's another thing too, is like a lot of people talk about exchanges wanting to buy this thing. I know there's been whispers, but I said I'd end it with hope, but this isn't going to be hopeful. But how many exchanges, you guys, like, they hear about this random coin that they've never heard of, that, like, no offense, we're not really like a credible crowd, right? We've got the Jesus coin name, but that's it, right? There's no real credit to us here, right? And like, we were supposed to burn all this undiluted supply, but oh, by the way, it's actually still there. Do you think there's exchanges that are more interested now or less interested now in listing us as a coin? Unless they have someone who can personally verify that it is secure, and I think we all believe that it is secure, but unless they can have someone do that for them and take the time to do that, they're probably just going to look away. Where I think if we had the burn happen in like the way that we expected it to happen, where these coins were burned, which they can't ever be because nobody has access to them, right? Hopefully. If those coins got burned, if this undiluted supply was gone, I think a lot more exchanges would be, maybe not a lot more, but any of them that were curious before the burn to hop in on this thing or have it listed, they might be less curious now, is all I'm trying to say. So as far as an exchange listing goes, I know there's probably a lot of us who were very bullish up here that we were going to go higher. You might be holding on to that last thread of hope that an exchange will list and save the day. But here's the deal, guys. If an exchange announces that they're going to list us tomorrow, like they list us tomorrow, that's going to sell. That's going to drop prices, right? If an exchange were to list this coin, we probably wouldn't hear about it until like a week or 2 weeks maybe before it lists, if not shorter than that, depending on how tight they can keep their lips sealed. But exchanges don't buy tops, man, right? They buy phases like this, maybe like after a breakout, but what they do is they buy phases like this. And then whenever the uptrend starts resuming and it gets real, they try to buy as much as they can before it starts to escalate higher, and then it escalates higher. And then once it's at its peak, that's when the exchange lists it, and then that's when it goes down. So again, an exchange listing here would not be good. Getting news like actual valid news that we're going to get an exchange listing this coin, that would be exciting, but we'd have to have like 100% validation, like that's true. That's not just a rumor. And right now, everything that we got is just rumors. And I'm sure there are exchanges. I'm not trying to belittle the rumors. I'm sure there are exchanges that are interested in buying this thing. But are they big exchanges? Do they really matter? Do they make a difference? Arguably, Jesus Coin isn't really on any exchanges, so I think any exchange will make a difference. It will be helpful. But that's more of a philosophical argument, I suppose. A bit of an argumentative debate there. Anything can happen. I don't know. All I'm trying to say, guys, is this is a very unconventional double top, but I feel a lot more confident in calling it a double top now. And generally speaking, with what you get here, it's almost like an M, right? This is like the reverse bow, but to the negative side. We're probably going to go down here. We're probably going to go to the land of the 7-0. So just be prepared for that. Don't be scared. Be prepared. And if you really wanted to buy down here, well, guess what? Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas. You're going to get to buy down here, probably. Does it go lower than that? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think like that, if we got down there, that would be the lowest of it, but I don't think so. But we probably do add another 0. And it could happen fast, but I think it's going to happen slow. If it happens fast, that'd be great. If it happens fast, I would expect we see a big recovery, actually. Like that would be really nice, but I don't know if we get that, so... Anyways, man, I'm just rambling. I hope I make sense. I hope I didn't lose anybody, but I hope I didn't leave anything out. Let me just do a quick little rendition. 4 hours in the oversold zone. It's probably going to continue to move down. And you move up from here. I mean, I doubt we go really too far above 6035. Maybe we move up there, but I doubt we go above that. We probably have a little lower to go. And sad to say, I know I was opening up the video talking about us not hitting this line. We probably hit that line. That's probably where we get our next lower high, and then hopefully we can get a sell that's higher than this or something like that. That's what I'm hoping for. But if not, if we just break through, man, saddle up. You're in it. You're already in it, but oh man, what was I gonna say? 4 hour, 1 hour. 1 hour looks sad. 4 hour looks sad. Daily is interesting. If today can close above here, it'd be interesting, but sad. Doing different things than you've ever done before, getting bearish results because of it. Not a good look. Weekly. Let's look at the weekly. 3 days. Let's look at the 3 days. At the 50 level, might be good. Hey. Last time we were at this 50 level, we got from low to high, 544%. A lot bigger of a move down, though, so maybe we get a lot less of a move up. But from here, maybe we get that 82% move. Maybe we get a 50% move. Who knows? But I bet we do 24th, so it'll close today. One more day, and then this will close. And if it bounces off the 50, that actually might be nice. That might be a little hope. Or more or less, kind of like we did here, just kind of move sideways for like a week or so down at these levels, looking like we're going to break it. But then really we get one last little opportunity to sell a lower high, and then we really do break it, is what I'm thinking. Man. Nothing really to go off of there. We'll look at the weekly real quick. Yep, overbought, bearish divergence, no longer overbought. Not a good look, man. Not a good look. And that's okay. It's okay. I suppose there is hope that we could hold, and again, man, anytime I talk about the bullish side, there's hope we could hold this area. But I really do think we're going to see another 0 being lost. I really do. But that's just me, man. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys. If you like the video, hit that like button. If you don't like that video, hit the like button. Reverse psychology me. Teach me a lesson with reverse psychology. Hit the like button if you don't like the video. And leave a comment or two if you if you have any questions or anything that you want to add that I might be misinformed on. Please correct me if I'm wrong, And if it's an opinion, then don't correct me, but share your opinion. If we have differing opinions, that's okay, but don't act like you're right just because you have an opinion that's different than mine. And again, if I'm wrong, if I'm slightly incorrect or very incorrect on anything that I've said, please let me know, because I don't like making an ass out of myself. I don't like misdirecting people, and I'm a human being. I make mistakes, right? We're human beings. We make mistakes. It's not even a big mistake, honestly. It's just the mistake between all this. The only mistake that happened is what was the communicated expectation that didn't happen. But the thing is, it still basically happened, or at least as far as we know it happened, right? So I don't know, man. I think Maker Lee's a good guy. I don't know the guy personally, but I've got a good feeling about him. Hopefully that says something. Hopefully it's not just like led astray. I got faith in the community. I got faith in the coin itself. So we'll see, man. Lower lows is what I'm thinking we're gonna get, but we probably do bounce off of this area one last time. Anyways, that's all I got. Take care. Bye bye. I don't think I have anything else to add. So yeah, adios.